Hey, what's up, guys? Gangsta Jeweler here. So today we're going to be working on a necklace that is kind of like a Figaro style necklace, but not really. Really not even sure what I always call these Figaro, but they're not really Figaro, but it's like Figaro. And there's a key difference with these. So Figaro, usually the links are going to lay flat the same direction. Okay, so when you link them together, it's going to lay flat the same direction. On these particular necklaces, they do not. If you look carefully, you'll see this one crosses over on this side. The next one crosses over on this side, and it rotates. See, it crosses over on that side, crosses over on this side. Now that's a key point to take note of, because if you put the wrong links together, they will not lay flat like the rest of them. They will actually, it'll twist and be either sideways or backwards. Now, like on a Figaro, they're all going to cross on the same exact side, so it doesn't matter. Just link it in, should lay flat. The other thing is we don't want to weld in the crevices here. We don't want to cut the link here and weld here, because then we have excess that we have to try to file off, and then that also will not allow it to lay flat. So if you have the room, which on another necklace that y'all have seen that I had done, I didn't have the room and I had no choice but to have to do it up in here because the links were so tight together. But in this case, we got plenty of room, so we want to cut it right at the top there, right there. We'll link it in and then close it, and we'll solder it right up there, and that'll keep the buildup in this crevice here so that it'll be able to lay flat. Now, it looks like they tied this together with some type of a ring they just kind of put around and held it together. So we're going to see. We might have a hard time getting this off. It is a pretty hard ring. I tried to bend it with my fingers, and that sucker ain't budging. Where is, there we go. Can't seem to get a grip that way. Let's try it this way. Boy, they got that thing on there. We need to look for some different pliers here. Different pliers. Need some with a small head on them. My messy drawer, I know. I get it. I don't know if that'll work, but we'll try it. We'll give it a shot. There we go. We got her open now. Okay. Now that we got that open, we can go ahead and slip that out of here. And the first thing we want to look at is which way these links are going to cross. Are they going to cross the same? Or are they going to cross opposite? it looks like these are going to cross opposite, so looks like we're not going to have to see if the links won't match up because they alternate every other one. Then you got to take a link out to match it up, because every other, like I said, every link is crisscrossed on the opposite side. It's just back and forth, like I just showed you guys a little while ago. And I think, yeah, these match up, so we got lucky on this one. So we don't have to take a link out to make it match up, which is nice. But what we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to cut it right at the top here. Right there. We're going to cut it right at where that bar comes down the middle. And you got to be gentle. These links are very, very thin, so you don't want to pull it out or twist it too much, just enough to get the link in there. And let's make sure we're going to put this in the right way, going the right direction. There we go. You can see we got that in there right, so it's laying flat like it should. Oh, you bitch. Look at that shit. Damn. Well, what we're gonna have to do, that's why I said you got to be careful with those links like that. So now we just made a little bit more work for us. I'm glad we caught that on. Now, you see how easy that come apart? I'm wondering if this necklace has been in bleach or chlorine. But now what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to weld both sides of that link. But do you see how easy that come apart? So these links are brittle, so they may have been exposed to bleach or chlorine at some time. But I'm glad we caught that on camera, because that shouldn't have come apart that easy. And something to keep in mind, if jewelry is falling apart in your hands and you're barely touching it, chances are it's been exposed to bleach or chlorine. And then you got to handle it with really extra care. But we're gonna have to work on this a little differently now, because these links are brittle. They are brittle. Well, that sucks that we have to do that, but like they say, nothing ever goes the way you plan it. Or at least that's my motto anyways, because nothing ever goes the way I plan it. Anyways, sorry, I gotta turn around a second here. I gotta turn this ultrasound on. I'm trying to clean some stuff here. All right. Well, we just ended up with a little bit more work for us here. Just a tad bit. Where is my tweezers? That's what I'm looking for, my tweezers. we'll use these temporarily. Alrighty, let's see here. I honestly cannot believe that Link did that to us, but in a way I can believe it. Alright, we got it matched up, but before, we're going to be using a 4 tip on this. That's a 7, that's a 6. 3. Come on, where's my 4? 5. I'm grabbing every other one but the one I need. 7. 4. All right. And these tips, when you change them out, you don't have to crank on them really hard. Just crank them down so they just won't crank anymore. You don't have to like take pliers and yank on them. Just crank them down so they won't crank no more. You're fine. But we're going to start our torch up here. And before we get the necklace all set up completely, we're going to go ahead and put some boric acid denatured alcohol on this, so that, and some flux, because it's going to move. When we put the flux on it, it's going to kind of bubble up a little bit, and then we'll situate the necklace where it needs to be. Yeah, I'm glad we caught that live on video, man. That thing just... And like I said, when they're that brittle, somebody's been either swimming in a swimming pool with it, or it's been exposed to bleach. Let's go ahead and put some flux on this thing. Put some flux on this bad boy. Alright, let's go ahead and bubble that up just a little bit, because that flux is gonna kind of bubble up and move the links a little bit. Alright, let's go ahead and cut us 2 little pieces of solder here. Just 2 little old pieces here. We don't need any very big pieces. That's why I like to cut my solder and not pre-cut it, because you can always, you know, some things you don't need as much solder as you do some other things, so I like to cut as I go. Now, let's see if we can get this lined up. Okay, I think we got her lined up. Let's zoom you guys in here. Now I know that I cut 2 pieces of solder, and these, what the frig? We lost solder again, guys. I just cut these pieces and I can't find them. Where'd they go? What the heck? How do I make solder disappear like that? I don't know. I know I'm not the only one that does this. I know you guys have cut solder too and lost them, but that fast? Help me out, guys. Are you guys seeing it anywhere? I don't see it nowhere. I literally just cut them and put them like right over here. What the frig? I swear, guys, I'm a magician. I'm in the wrong calling. I should have been a magician. God dang. Alright, guys, we're just gonna, I guess we're gonna have to cut 2 more pieces because I can't find them. I literally just set them right over here. That's insane. Yeah, alright. Let's cut 2 more. Alright, right there. You see where I put that? I put it right over here. See, and there's my 2 pieces right there. Right there. Right here. And right there. And that's where I'd put the other 2, but they didn't stick around. So I think we're ready to go ahead and solder now. So let's go ahead and just see if we can't get this thing welded. Okay, now you can see right where our welding is going to be at, right here. We need a little bit more flame here. Just a tiny little bit. Still can't believe that link broke on us like that. But that's why I said you got to be careful with them, and also it shouldn't come apart that easily, which leads me to believe that it was exposed to bleach or chlorine possibly, because it'll make your jewelry brittle like that. Because it should not separate with that kind of ease. I need just a tad little bit more heat. Alright, we got one side through. Let's do the other side. And we're just going to heat it up, get our solder on there. There we go. Alright guys, we should have this soldered. What we're going to do is we are going to flip this over just to make sure that it went through on both sides. So there, and there. Ooh, no. We didn't pull through all the way on this particular side right there. You see that? We did on this, but not up here. So we need to finish pulling that through on that side. Not a biggie. So let's fire our torch back up here. And let's pull that through. Zoom you guys in here. Alright, let's go ahead and see if we can't go ahead and finish pulling that through. I don't like the way that's not pulling through, so I'm going to add just a tiny bit of solder. Very small piece. One side pulled through pretty well, but this side didn't pull through quite like I would like. So we're just going to add a little itty bitty piece of solder here and pull it back through the other direction. There we go. I am happy with that. Yeah. So let's zoom you guys back out here. Now we should be welded on both sides now. It's pulled through. Yeah. Now it's a little off, but we're gonna file this down and make it even. We got our link on there straight. We know we don't want to put a lot of tension on this because we know it's brittle. We don't want any more links popping on us. So we got to be very careful. Now I know it looks out of shape right now, but we're going to file these tops down and you won't even be able to tell once we're done with it. But we have got us a nice solid link there. Let's cool it off. And sorry guys, I gotta turn around for a second. I gotta turn this ultrasound back on. Let's set that there for a second. Okay. Now we need to put our rubber wheel on. I like to use a black rubber wheel to smooth most things out. Or just about everything, really. Alright, let me adjust this camera a little bit. And let's look for our link here. There's our link. And we're just going to follow that top down. And ideally when you're done, you shouldn't be able to tell where it was fixed. So you want to file this down even. Alright, now let's flip it over. File this side down. There we go. We're looking a little more uniform on this side. A little more uniform on this side. Now let's flip to the other side here. And we're just repeating the same thing on the opposite side of the link. Alright, we're looking pretty uniform on that side as well. So now you can see our link looks a lot more uniform now and is together. And by the time we polish this and clean it, you won't even be able to tell which link it was. And that's the way you want it to be. But we're going to go drop this into ultrasound. And we will be right back to polish it, guys. Be right back. Alright guys, we're back with that necklace. So we're going to start by polishing the link that we fixed first. And then we'll polish the rest of the chain. Here again, we want to be very careful because these links are very fragile and your buffer won't turn on if it ain't got power. Keep that in mind. And you ain't polishing without your rouge, which I had to bring over here to the desk earlier. Now personally, this is just my opinion, I like to use Fabuluster to polish. I find it gives the best shine. Also Picasso Blue, it's a Japanese made rouge, is also pretty good. I will alternate between the two, the Picasso Blue and the Fabuluster. You know, I might use Fabuluster one go round, then I might do the Picasso Blue next go round. But I tend to like the Fabuluster look more. It gives it a super nice shine. It gives it a lot better shine than Red Rouge. Plus it's dry and you don't get the all the red all over your desk and all over your buffer. rouge on there. And that link, now most other people would probably edit that link being broke out of the video just because they don't want to make them look bad, but it's nothing that we had done. It's just the link is very brittle and it just come apart on us, and we need to show that because things like that are going to happen, and you just have to adapt. That's why I said in this game you have to be able to adapt. Say this isn't working this way, we're going to have to do it a different way. Like I said, I can show you guys the basics, but you'll learn just by doing. And even though I've been doing this for almost 30 years now, I still learn stuff all the time. It'd be pretty arrogant of me to say that I know everything. I learn new stuff all the time. I'd like to think I'm pretty good, but I'm never going to say I'm the best. That's a little too arrogant, and I'm not that kind of person. I can always learn something from somebody. So and I need to give a special shout out to I'm probably going to butcher his name, but a special shout out to Alejandro or Alejandro. I appreciate that that tip or donation, dog. I appreciate it, man. You are awesome. I appreciate you watching too, brother. Alright, we got the links all done. Well, I say links. We got that link all polished. Let's go ahead and do the rest of the chain, otherwise it's going to look shiny in one spot and the rest of it's going to look like crap. So let's go ahead and do that. Remember, you don't want to put it on the wheel sideways like this. You want to go with the buffer, and you want to have it on something like this that you can roll it. Let's flip this around like that. There we go. Something that you can roll it. Then we're just going to do the same thing on the same side, going the opposite direction. And we're not putting a lot of pressure on it. We're just kind of letting the buffer do the work. And then we're just going to repeat the same process on the opposite side. And we're just going back the opposite direction on the same side. Just like we did on the opposite side there. Alright. Now you see it's a little black right now because it's got a little bit of rouge on there. But we're going to go drop it in ultrasound. You can already tell the difference. And we'll come back and look at the finished product, guys. We'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back with that necklace. We got it all cleaned and polished now. And can't even tell where we fixed it at. It's all shining and blinging now. But that's another repair down, guys. If you would like and subscribe, that would be fantastic. This way you don't miss a video. If you would like for me to do your repairs, you can visit my Etsy shop. The link for that will be down in the description. And try to tune in on Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to start trying to do live reactions to other jewelers' videos. And also, if you'd like to help donate to the channel or leave a tip, the link for that will be down in the description. It's not required, but it is appreciative. It does help the channel grow. And it's another special shout out to Alejandro. I know I'm butchering your name G. I don't know. I don't really know how to pronounce it. Alejandro. But special shout out to you, man. You're a real G. But this is the Gangster Jeweler, guys. I'll see you on the next one.